Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays to all y'all. I hope you guys are having a blessed day. Hope you got I hope you got the present you wanted. You get to spend time with your family. I hope you have a great day, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. I wanted to dress up for the occasion, but I'm slacking. I got no Christmas gear. I know. I apologize. Next year, though, best believe I'm coming to town. Pause. But anyways, hey, sup, ladies and gents, it's Chaos here, and welcome to another video. So today, you already seen the title. We get into that horror Christmas stories, okay? Alright, so buckle up, cause we're about to start the video. So this first one is from Alexanderthetitan, and it's just called Santa. Watch out for Saint Nick, because he knows when you are sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
And God bless Grammy and Grandpa, and God bless Mommy and Daddy, and also God bless Santa so they may find our house and bring us lots of presents. We've been good all year long, God. Well, except that incident at Assembly last week.
Oh my gosh.
That was Tommy's idea, God, not mine. So, please don't punish me. Thank you. Amen.
Oh, he heard your wish loud and clear. That is the creepiest I've ever heard it. Imagine hearing that in your sleep. Could it be me?
Did you say your prayers?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now get some sleep. Remember, Santa knows when you're awake.
How does he know when I'm awake? He's too busy delivering presents all around the world.
Don't worry
Santa
about
doesn't
that.
share his secrets. You have your monster killer?
Yes, Mom, I have my monster killer.
What are you
Good.
Oh, a light. Oh, I got you.
Can you leave the door open? Just a little, please?
Of course.
Are you from the asylum? Leaving your door open?
Remember,
No.
he knows when you're awake.
Guys, this isn't planned. It's a little creepy, actually. Mom? Mom?
Mom?
Mother. Nope, we're throwing away our mother. Sorry. She ain't gonna be doing that in the house. No, they're crazy. They're crazy. No. This is not my Christmas. No siree. Mom? Yep. Yo, did you close the door? You're insane. You just go. Rest in peace, whatever your name is. Oh, you got your monster killer still? Yeah, flash him.
Oh, hey, relax, buddy. Is everything okay?
That man was dead.
Mommy is hurt
I thought that was
on the staircase.
Hey, it's all right, little man. Your mom's in the kitchen cleaning up that mess you guys made, baking those cookies for Santa Claus.
What are you on?
Everything okay?
Huh?
Why'd you scream?
He's fine. He just had a little nightmare.
That's my face too. What's go?
Honey, everything's okay.
Everything's not
Let's go
okay.
downstairs. Go back to bed. Try to get some sleep, okay?
Yeah, you don't want Santa skipping over us because you're not asleep.
Nah. Mother's dead. All right. I don't know who you are. I think your
Love
father,
you, honey.
Love you too.
but you must be dead too. Are you even my real parents? What if it's every time he goes to sleep? It's just something random happens.
Mom?
It continues? I'm sorry. You're gonna have to get something. Something to defend yourself.
He sees
Dad?
you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're
Alright. It's a smart move. No, it's not actually. It's too dark in there. And you're not locking the closet. Ooh, look at how he creeping in. He definitely saw us. Where is it coming from? No. When, how, and how? What? Behind you. Behind you.
Good morning, Tyler. Merry Christmas.
Mom, why are you in the
We thought you were
corner?
gonna sleep all day. Your father's ready to open presents. Come on downstairs, sleepyhead.
Nah, parents gotta go. I'm never going to sleep either. Ever again.
Whoa.
There he is. Merry Christmas, little man.
You got me at
I'm
football?
gonna take you to the field, show you throw like your old man.
You about to be a Super Bowl champion.
Hey, let's wait for your mom, all right? We'll start with these little ones over here.
Man, he got so many. Unless it's the parents too.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
What happened? What's in there?
He sees you when you're sleeping.
Mother. Mother. Stop.
He knows when you're awake.
You better stop it right now. He has a hammer. Yo, get out. I honestly didn't expect the hand. I thought, ooh, what is that? Nah. No, couldn't be my family. Sorry. Alright, this next one is from Wansee Entertainment.
Do you remember visiting Santa around the holidays? Do you remember sitting on his lap and telling him what you wanted for Christmas? Growing up in the 90s, I remember always getting to see Santa at the mall
Why is
or
there
at the
two?
Santa's Village
Oh.
in San Bernardino. I had made the trip to see Santa every year
That was a
until I
long
turned 12.
car.
At that age, I was feeling like I was getting too old to see Santa, and I didn't want to do it anymore. Out of all the Santas I visited throughout the years, there was one Santa that I could never forget, and thinking about it today still disturbs me. I was 4,
Which one?
and I didn't know how much danger I may have been in. This happened in the early 90s. I was traveling in the family station wagon with my mom and my 3 older siblings. We arrived at this big area that had a few big buildings, and there were a lot of people outside. I believe we were going to a homeschooling event for my older siblings. I remember being placed in a group with...
Random side note, let me know what y'all got for Christmas if you got anything. Or what you got planned for Christmas. I'm just curious. I just like to know you guys a little bit more. But anyways.
It's around my age. My mom and older siblings went off to do other things and left us in the care of some lady. We formed a
Some
single line
lady?
behind this lady, and I remember being near the end of the line. The lady then led us into one of the buildings. Inside, it looked like a school with a hallway and rooms with many doors. As we walked down the hallway, I noticed a room that was pitch black. I don't remember there being a door either. That should have been my first clue.
Don't
that
do
something
it.
was wrong.
Don't
I heard a
do
noise
it.
coming from the room. Sounded like a voice that said,
Psst. Hey.
At that age, I was curious, and as we established,
No.
I didn't know better. I stopped at the doorway and looked back down the hall.
Stick
I
with
watched
the group.
kids disappear into another room. At that
Stick with
point,
the
I should
group.
have run to catch up with my group, but I didn't. I continued to enter the dark room until I heard the voice again. I can't remember what the voice said when I entered, but I started getting scared, thinking it was a monster. The voice then said,
It's okay. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid of me.
the
Oh,
lights then came
that's
on, and
all
sitting
red
right there in the
flags.
middle of the room on a chair was Santa Claus. Santa! I squealed with delight. My sense of danger was completely gone.
Nah,
I went
not
over to
him.
him and was happy to see him. I got on his lap and started talking to him.
That's the
He
wrong
asked me
lap.
the usual questions, like with all the other Santas I met. What did I want for Christmas? Was I a good girl that year? What was my name? And how old was I? Of course, I
Oh,
told him.
no.
Then I just started talking to him about my life, my parents, my siblings, my house, that sort of thing. It was just me and Santa talking to each other. I'm not sure how long I was with Santa, but it was probably about 10 minutes or so. To me, it felt like hours. Eventually, I felt like I had been there long enough, and I tried to leave. What happened next was more than unexpected, even to a 4-year-old talking to Santa. I gotta go,
What's going
I said
on?
to Santa. I remember trying to get off his lap,
Oh.
but for some reason, he wouldn't let me go. I can't remember the exact words he said to me, but it was something like,
No, I don't want you to go. You can't leave.
I tried to get off his lap again. and
Get
I felt
off
him holding
me.
on to me a little tighter, so I couldn't get off. He was restraining me. I was getting uncomfortable, and I thought Santa was acting weird. That was when I started to panic. I really wanted to get back to my group, to my family, and away from this situation. I struggled like that for what felt like forever, but was
Kick.
probably more like
Swing.
30 seconds before Santa finally let me go. I'm not sure what went through his mind, but he probably scared that I would start to cry or scream, which would draw attention to the room, and he released me. I slid off his lap and darted towards the entryway. I stopped and
Run.
looked back at Santa, and he was begging me to come back to him in a childlike voice. He was also pretending to cry. My final words to him were, I gotta go. Bye, Santa. He continued pretending to cry as I left the room. I went back into the hallway and searched for the room my group was in. I didn't waste
What?
any time getting back to my group. When I
That
found
man
the
got
room
a
my group was
fetish.
in and entered, I saw the other kids just sitting at the tables coloring and chatting away.
That's a grown man.
I found an empty spot, grabbed the paper and crayons that were on the table, and then colored like the rest of the kids. The lady that was in charge of my group never confronted me about where I'd been or what I was doing. I guess there were so many
That's
kids in
weird.
that room that she didn't notice I was missing for that short period of time. When the time came for us to go back outside and meet up with our parents,
don't be
we
in those-
passed by that room again.
Please don't be
Only
there.
this time, the lights were on and the room was completely empty. No chair,
What?
no Santa. And I was definitely not going to stop to explore the room this time. I'm not sure what my mom or my older siblings did that day, but I didn't bring up my encounter with Santa Claus. For some reason, I just dismissed it and carried on with what I was doing with my group. It was stupid of me not to say anything that day, or when I was traveling home in the car, but I do remember bringing it up at home. My parents didn't know what the heck I was talking about. They dismissed my story as a dream or a wild imagination.
They laughing
I
now.
know I did not make this up.
But if
Imagine
something
it or
happened,
dream it. I didn't bring it up again until a few years later. Again, my parents still didn't know what I was talking about. Then, my mom said something that still disturbs me. She said, if Santa was there that day, I would have been notified about it. The way she said that made so many terrifying things click. Santa was never supposed to be there that day. Even though this happened 25 years ago, these are the details that send chills down my spine to this day. It wasn't December. There were no Christmas decorations. He was in the dark on a day when there were hundreds of kids around, and there was no
What?
line to see him. Thinking back on it now, I'll never know who that man was. It's probably for the best that it remains a mystery. When that memory of my encounter with that Santa crosses my mind, I try not to think about what could have happened to me if I had stayed with him another minute longer. I should consider myself lucky that I wasn't abducted that day. That could
Right.
have been the last day I ever saw my mom and my older siblings. For all you kids out there listening to this story, do not ever encounter anybody that's alone in a room or a public area.
Nope.
It doesn't matter if it's Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, or Chipper the Chipmunk. They are still strangers. If they're alone and call for you to come over, run away. Don't take the chance. It's not worth it.
That's absolutely crazy. Like, it wasn't even December, and she was happy, and excited to see a Santa Claus in the dark. No. She got lucky. She really did. Alright, this next one is from Llama Arts.
Last year on Christmas Eve, I was working late. I'm 23. I work in New York City and commute home every day on the train.
Damn, that sucks.
Since I'm one of the younger ones in the office, I got stuck with one of the worst shifts, so I wasn't able to get home until 5 o'clock. My family had already
PM
left
or
an
AM?
hour earlier to go to my cousin's house, so I had to drive alone. After having a quick snack before the half-hour drive, I got back in my car and put my cousin's address into my phone. Halfway through the drive, it started snowing. I got to my cousin's house around 6 o'clock. It was snowing heavily by this point, and I just made it in time to catch everyone starting dinner.
Nice.
I brought all of my gifts inside and cheerfully said hey to everyone. I stayed until around 11 o'clock. The rest of my family left a little sooner. I stayed an extra half hour or so just to hang out before leaving myself. By the time I was leaving, the ground had accumulated at least 2 feet of snow, and it wasn't even done snowing.
I don't even miss that at all.
The drive home
in New
was
York.
nightmarish. The roads were hardly even plowed, and I had to drive under 20 miles per hour on most roads.
Exactly.
The roads were completely dead at this point though, most likely because everyone was smart enough to go home before the snow accumulated. Eventually I turned onto a main road that I'm sure would usually be bustling, but at 11:15 on Christmas Eve night, there wasn't a single car or a single light from a store. It was a ghost town. But then I did notice the flashing taillights of one car. It was parked on the side of the road, and the smoke seeping out from its exhaust with the taillights giving it a red tint. As I got closer,
Okay.
I realized there was somebody next to the car waving their hand in the air. I assumed something was wrong and
What's
they
going
needed
on?
help. So, me being the good Samaritan I am, I pulled up behind the car. When I opened my door, the guy approached me immediately, barely
Whoa.
even giving me time to step out. He was an average-sized man, probably 5'10", 180 pounds. He
No.
spoke in a very demanding voice, asking me if I know anything about fixing an engine. I told him I didn't know much about cars. The guy responded very quickly to everything I said. He told me it's fine. He went inside
Get
of his
back in your
for a
car.
second, popped open his trunk, came back out, and told me to just wait by the trunk for a second.
No.
I
Go
had no idea what he wanted me to do.
go
I
back
was
in your
really
car.
confused. He walked over to the front of his car, and I heard him open the hood. I couldn't see anything he was doing since the trunk was blocking my view, and the loud wind of the snowstorm overpowered any small noises he might have been making. I put my hand on the back of the car and leaned my body in anticipation, when suddenly I heard 3 or 4 quick and aggressive footsteps in the snow behind me before I was pushed into the trunk.
How do you get
The
snuck
man
up
tried to
from in
close the
front of
trunk on
you?
me, but I kicked my feet
Fight
up
back.
and
Fight.
up. I was
Swing
able to
at
overpower
him.
and kick the trunk open completely.
Yo, run.
As I took advantage of the few seconds I had to get out of the trunk, I took out my keys.
What are you
He
doing
tried
in
to
front of
grab them
him?
out, and I dug my house key right into his neck. He fell to his knees, and his scream echoed down the deserted street. I was in my car and halfway down the road before he could even get up from his knees.
Nice move.
A little further down, I called 911 and reported the guy. I came back in 10 minutes to find blue and red lights illuminating the windows of the deserted stores.
Dang, that was
The police held him
fast.
until the ambulance arrived for him. I watched the whole thing, and nothing ever felt better in my life. I got home safely half an hour later and told my family everything. I was still very shaken that Christmas, and this remains possibly the most horrific thing I've ever experienced.
He's a lucky man. What? Like, that sounded suspicious as heck as soon as he approached me real quick and then started answering everything I said right after what I said. Nah. And the way he looked, I would have been out. But I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your day. If you guys enjoyed, and giving a shout out to those animators, thank you for your hard work. You guys are amazing, like always. And show them some love, guys, and some support if you want to check out more of their channel. I'll leave it down below. But if you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Bang, smack that like button and pin on the subscribe button to become a young disciple today. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And until next time, KOxers out. Peace.